there, it's me, Breanna, and you are listening to That Time We Got Reincarnated as an Anime Podcast, episode 20. That's a lot of episodes.
It's 20 episodes, in fact.
Mm-hmm. You can find us on youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia and podcast services. If you want to show Save the Game Media some extra love and get early access to all of our content, you can find us at patreon.com/SaveTheGameMedia. And today, you guys, we do have an announcement. Somebody has joined the Reincarnation, so we would like you to give them a warm welcome into the arms of our nation. Rick Davis. From now on, anybody that joins, anybody that new that joins, I'm just going to assume that they're from Anime Podcast.
Oh, they don't get it. I mean, either way, they don't get a say.
Unless they say something. If they're like, hey, I don't want to join the nation, then it's like, ew, I don't want you. But
and then we're gonna be like,
but until they say something, they're ours.
Then we're gonna be like, listen, we hear you, we do, but we're gonna annex you, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like I'm happy to let them quit, you know, so that way we don't have to pay unemployment.
Oh no, there's no unemployment in our country.
That's funny.
We'll have a roll.
Fair enough. The other voice you're hearing is my co-host and friend Kyle. How are you today?
Good. I forgot it was Monday because it's Labor Day. Gonna have a tomato sandwich after this, I think. You know, that sounds pretty good. It
sounds so gross.
Oh, it's so yummy. Yeah, tomatoes, top tier. What a delicious,
but
delicious thing.
Nothing else, just tomatoes. That's gross.
Oh, there's some pretty good bread.
You're crazy. Anyways.
Don't roll your eyes at me. I saw that.
Good, as you should. I'm professional at rolling my eyes, so I need people to enjoy me rolling my eyes.
Maybe I'll have some grapes. I bought 3 bags of grapes. I know what you're thinking. Not enough grapes, Kyle. Not enough.
What color?
Green, of course.
I really like purple grapes.
Yeah, but green ones are... I like all grapes, but green ones are better.
Yeah. Sounds like a wild time.
Oh, it's wild. You don't even know. Yeah. You're doing a lot of long pregnant pauses and it's throwing me off.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I just feel like I can't wrap my head around the fact that you're eating a tomato sandwich. Like, I feel like there has to be more joy in being a vegan than a tomato sandwich.
Well, I want to clarify something. Tomato sandwiches have nothing to do with being vegan, okay? Ever since I was a child, I've genuinely just enjoyed a good tomato sandwich. My dad enjoyed a good tomato sandwich, you know?
I feel like if it was a garden tomato, you might be able to convince me. But store-bought tomatoes, I don't think so.
They're all the same. They all just taste
They're not.
same.
Garden tomatoes taste way better than store-bought tomatoes.
I like cherry tomatoes. I like to eat them like grapes.
I do like cherry tomatoes.
Welcome to the Tomato and Grape Podcast. It's called Round Ones.
Yeah. Podcast within a podcast.
Podcast within a podcast.
We just start reviewing grapes. Becomes an ASMR podcast.
We'll just go with the bag, start crinkling it. Kevin
would be so mad. It's one of my favorite things to do when he's around.
Crinkle stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
He just gets so mad. It's like unreasonable, you know?
It is unreasonable. That's true.
It's like, I get that you're mad, and it's like, oh, you're being unprofessional, but like, how mad he gets is not proportionate to like the crinkles. No, I just do it to piss him off. But what have you been watching?
So, since I'm a masochist, last night I decided that I was gonna watch the second Sword Art Online progressive movie.
Oh God.
And you know, I enjoyed the first one. You know, it really fleshed out the world a bit more because so like, do you know what progressive is? Don't make the gross face at me.
No, my mom just sent me a text, no context, that said, "And it worked."
And it worked perfect. Well, thanks. Thanks. Glad it worked for her, I guess. But no, do you know what progressive is?
Like the insurance, yeah.
No. Do you know what Sword Art Online progressive is?
No.
All right. So what the author did is he started he went back to like the first arc where they're in Aincrad or whatever. And
Oh, yeah,
and
and
you
like
know,
filled in a bunch of extra stuff.
yeah, and so it basically is going like almost floor by floor. Like this, they rather than like skipping a bunch, which like half the first season did.
Mm-hmm.
And it really like develops like a bunch of side characters that you never even saw or heard of. And a bunch of more context. Asuna and Kirito's like relationship and how they got like even met and started all this stuff. And the first one I thought was pretty decent. I enjoyed it.
Wait, they're doing movies out of this rather than a TV show?
Yeah, yeah, they're doing movies out of it.
Okay.
Uh, and so I was like, okay, I'll watch the second one. I didn't know Crunchyroll added it. I just looked randomly or whatever. And it was there, so I was like, sure. I'm like, I'll watch it before I go to bed or whatever. So I watched half of it, fell asleep, woke up at 2 a.m., finished it.
Of course.
As you do. And it was at that point that I realized, man, that wasn't very good. That was like the bare minimum that you need to be like a movie. I don't know if that like the novel they adapted just wasn't good for that, but I don't know. It was kind of lame. I do like that it's more from Asuna's perspective rather than Kirito's, because if I have to view Kirito's perspective, I don't know, for 10 more hours, I'm gonna lose my mind. Asuna's just a much more interesting character, especially in these earlier days. But I gave it like I think I gave it like a 5 or a 6 or something. It was fine. It was fine. It wasn't like horrible. Some of the animation was pretty. You know, that was nice. The VAs always do a good job, but yeah. So I watched that last night. You know, you let your dad know. I know he's big into the Sword Art Online.
He's probably forgot. I don't want to remind him. He does watch
what else?
so much Sword Art Online.
Yeah. What else did I watch? I just a few hours ago watched Shy, Hulk, Spice and Wolf, and Mayanaka Punch. And I don't know, all seasonals just I haven't dropped a single seasonal this season. Everything's just been very good, very enjoyable.
Sometimes there's stuff that you should drop that you don't.
Not this season. Not a single thing.
Okay.
The girl in Days with My Stepsister, she did that classic thing that girls in anime do where they want a big change, so they cut their hair and it's like short now. And I was like, oh, okay, well, like we're doing this. It looked nice. It was good look. Yeah, I don't know. What have you been watching?
Well, a couple things.
Cool.
One, I caught up to Twilight Out of Focus, or Tesogare Out of Focus. I really am enjoying it. I was right. They did go to a different couple, and they're actually going to a third couple now. I keep forgetting to mention this, but two of the characters that are twins just straight up look. I don't know how to put this politely, you guys. Like, I apologize, but they straight up look like penises. Like, I don't know what to do about it. and
I
they're
mean,
not
I don't know
main
what
characters.
I
And
don't know
every
what to do with
time
that
they're on
information.
screen, I just don't. Hold on.
Are you
Let
going to
me
show
see.
us?
I'm gonna try and find them. They're like side characters. That's what I'm saying. Is like you can't even like. But their hair is pink, and they have a bowl cut that's like angled.
Oh, I found them. They're right
Oh,
here.
okay. And
I mean, I guess
and there's
I think you might be reading into it a little, but I guess I could see it.
it's not the end of the world, and it doesn't like hurt anything with the show, you know? Where it's like it doesn't there's no negative effect. But every time I see them, I'm like, are they not being bullied? Like,
Bree wants them to be bullied for their appearance. That's what I'm
I'm
hearing.
like, is nobody like, hey, a diagonal bowl cut with pink hair is wild, bro. Is wild. Anyways, I just had to bring that up because it's really throwing me. The rest of the show, when I'm not being distracted by their hair, is really good. I'm enjoying the couple that they're on currently. I really liked the last couple as well. I like the first couple as well. I think that they did a little bit better of a job of like building the second couple to like make you understand their relationship a little bit more, even though that's like technically not the main couple. I just think I felt like I understood like their dynamic a little bit more. It wasn't just like, hey, I think I like you. Let's start having sex. You know?
That's a realistic dynamic, though. That happens all the time.
So yeah. Yeah. Kyle is speaking from extensive experience.
Don't put me on blast.
He's not single right now, is what he's saying.
No, I am very much so. Forever.
What else have I been watching?
Cool.
So I kind of changed my strategy, and I think that that's helping me. Because what I told Kyle was I'm just gonna like watch one episode of each, and then catch up on all of them slowly. And then when I did the math and I was like, holy cow, there's 12 freaking hours to catch up on all of these. This isn't gonna work.
That's like 2 days.
It's not when you're busy.
Get less busy.
Anyways, so I caught up on that one, and I decided to like focus on one at a time, like I said. So I caught up on that one. I'm caught up, I think, on the Magical Girl, and the Lieutenant. Really freaking cute.
So
really
cute.
love that show. I love that the other girl just only communicates in F words now. Like her yes, like it's just the F word.
Except when it's something like super really important that she needs to explain to her angel or whatever, then she'll go on like a huge, like very, very like philosophical monologue or whatever, and he'll question everything he ever knew.
Yeah.
I like especially in the most latest one, how when he was like looking online or stuff, all his like the subordinates that are also in the organization were behind him, and the what is it the one
girl is like, oh, he's in love with me.
Yeah, it was so good,
dude. Her running away was so funny.
Or even the other one that there's like you need info from some girls, and then she's like, well, I'm a girl, you're a tomboy, and then he's like, I'm what I am on the inside, and I'm like, oh Jesus, look what is happening.
Yeah.
No, femboy, not tomboy.
Yeah, femboy. Yeah,
they were hilarious. That whole thing they did is so good.
Yeah, it was really funny. That was a good episode. So it does sound like I am caught up. And then, in a crazy turn of events, I'm caught up on one show called Oshinoko.
Yeah. Yes.
When's your Oshinoko tattoos happening?
When the series is finished.
Mm. I am really enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel horrible for Aqua.
Oh yeah, those
He,
episodes were so good though.
yeah, no, it's really incredible storytelling. But I feel bad for him because it's like he feels so responsible for this thing that one wasn't his fault, and two, like he couldn't have changed anything. As much as he wants something different to have happened. I don't know. I think he just feels so responsible because he's like, I guess, minor spoilers. I'm not going to spoil what actually happened, but like just spoilers and like that he's reincarnated. I just feel like because he is like he feels like an older man inside of his body. Like he feels like so responsible, you know?
I don't know if I don't know if it's so much that he like feels that as if like because he was a doctor. Like I kind of think he like he wanted to be able to do more.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get it. I'll be very curious to hear your thoughts after
I
the
don't know
next
where
few
they're going
episodes.
now. I'm
Oh,
like,
I do know where they're going.
yeah, so I guess what was unclear to me is it was that the last day of the play that they went out drinking, or is it still
Uh,
going?
it's no that I think that was the last day.
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought it was the last day, but then they like they said something that made me think like maybe I was wrong. I don't know.
Well, they did. So they did the play, and then afterwards, you got the scenes with all the actors or
Oh,
whatever. And Kano's
and
like, I can't do like that's all I got. I can't do this for like. And then they all kept doing that, and then it kind of cut to another like after thing. So it wasn't
yeah,
really like super clear.
yeah.
Um, I'm I'd have to relook. I'm not sure if it's the end, but it's near the end, and either way, it's for all intents and purposes, it's the end of the play arc.
Man, and what a reveal at the end of the episode too. I
Oh,
won't spoil that, but
you
I
don't even
was
know.
screaming. I was
They
like,
like
ah!
I knew as soon as like as they were getting to it, I'm like they're gonna end it right here. I'm like I know for certain. I'm like they're not gonna do anything else.
Well, how old is the other character? I can't remember.
Just a little bit older than
Aqua.
yeah, and Ruby.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I caught up on that with my family. Very much looking forward to the next episode. Well, looking forward is like a weird word. I'm very nervous, but the story is really good. So
Yep.
that's everything I've caught up on so far.
We'll have to do a full spoiler cast of season 2.
Absolutely we will. So
So
good.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
How far behind is the show now from the manga? Like, how far ahead are you?
A good distance.
Okay, so they have enough to start working on season 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The manga's in its final arc.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's good. Man, okay, I know we've talked about this before, but that like, not that Kaguya isn't written well, but the difference in writing between Kaguya and Oshinoko, like, I feel like it always blows my mind. Where it's not like I couldn't see that this person could write this other thing, but it feels like a crazy level difference of like writing, not skills. That's not like the different styles of writing. I do know, like, from like a writing perspective, like I know that comedy is incredibly difficult to write. It's much more difficult to make somebody laugh than it is to make somebody cry. Comedy is really difficult to write. So I understand that, like, inherently in writing Kaguya, that like the writer had to be a really good writer just to get people to laugh. But man, it's just like this whole other beast.
Yeah, there's some writing decisions made like later on that I don't think he quite nailed. But well, at the time I thought that. In retrospect, it was like, okay, I guess that served a purpose. I'm not sure I would have gone down and done certain things, but but no, yeah, I think it's amazing that he went from Kaguya, which is 10 out of 10 in its own right, to this. And they're just so different. So
They are wildly different. Yeah. I mean, I would honestly say that I think that the level of writing is pretty close to like Fruits Basket for me, like level wise. And I think that those are
okay.
like two different, they're almost apples and oranges because of like the tone, but like in terms of like character writing.
Oh yeah, I love the characters. I think without the well written characters, the whole series would have just fallen apart because the main cast is just stellar. They're all standout. There's something likable or at least interesting about most of them, even the ones that get like introduced and are just there for like an arc or two. So
Yeah. I think in terms of writing, not to go on a tangent, I promise we'll go to the news here in a second. But I think in terms of writing, my list would probably be like Free Rent number 1, then Fruits Basket, then like probably FMA Brotherhood, and then Oshinoko. So like for sure like top 5 for me at least. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. It's hard to rank.
Okay, news.
Sure. And we're gonna start with
Kyle's
the
gonna take 1 and
re-
2, so
I am. We're gonna start with the return of the king of greatness, of what really started the light novel, pop off. There's a new Haruki Suzumiya light novel. It's going to release in September 2024 around the world. Still waiting for Yen Press to put up pre-orders, and I'm really hoping they do a hardcover so I can get the hardcover and put it with my other ones, because I've spent a ridiculous amount gathering the hardcover copies of most of them. I think there's like 2 that I'm missing. But
well, that's unfortunate.
yeah. But it's going to be
So do
titled
you
the
go
what?
ahead. No, I was just gonna say, do you
No.
have a matching set? Like, do you think the new one will match? Like, not just being a hardcover, but like design
Yeah,
wise.
they at least for the last one they designed it the same way as the other hardcovers, so they made them all
Okay.
match. And even for the non hardcover one, they designed it as the same as all their other ones, so that they would at least match the sets.
Okay.
Which was good because after so long, you weren't sure what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's going to be titled "The Theater of Haruhi Suzumiya," and so Nagaru Tenegawa penned the story that will see the SOS Brigade whisked off to another world, to outer space in the Wild West. Alongside the reveal, the cover illustration by Noezu Ito
Noisy.
was released. Noezu Ito was released, featuring Mikuru and Nagato. Details for the English release are yet to be confirmed. I'm going to be all over the English as soon as it gets confirmed. I saw this. I think I popped off on the Discord. I was very excited. I am a little bummed that it is just another like side story and not progressing like the main plot, because we've kind of been left hanging in like limbo on the main plot for a while. But I'm always down for more antics with how ridiculous they are. So I'm for it. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
If
I
you
have
start
nothing to
reading
say.
that Haruhi book you found now and catch up, you
Oh, that's
can
already in storage somewhere. It's gone.
you suck. All
What's
right,
funny too
well,
is that none of my book boxes are actually sealed. Just in case anybody's wondering, it's books need air in order to thrive. Anyways, but yeah, they can't reach it.
good, cool. Well, we talked about Oshinoko a lot, so let's talk about it some more. Oshinoko manga 2.5D stage play arc is getting a stage play adaptation, and it's set to open in Tokyo and Osaka in December 2024. Norihito Nakayasahiki, who worked on many stage plays inspired by popular manga, including Bree's favorite Haikyuu, Kuroko's Basketball, and World Trigger, is attached to direct. He also works on scripts and lyrics, and the main cast has also been announced.
I'm gonna read this last one just because.
And Bree's gonna read this last one because I was like, well, that's not something that they wrote.
Okay, I wrote this. I said, so you're telling me that there will be a stage play based off of a stage play based off of a manga that's inside of a manga?
Yeah, that's what they're telling you. It's gonna be awesome.
Let's go.
I really hope they go all out, like they do the whole rotating screens and everything.
That would look cool. I mean, the poster looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing is like my dad's girlfriend was like, wait, what's happening? Like in the stage play, she got confused because like the anime itself is like, okay, so this is a stage play based off of a manga inside of an anime that's based off of a manga. Like, and she got confused for a while, and I was like, oh no.
They're just doing a play.
It's crazy, dude.
It was awesome.
It does look really cool though. So
all right, you can go to the next one.
Okay, so a live action drama adaptation of My Dress Up Darling based on Shinichi Fukuda's cosplay themed romantic rom-com series is set to premiere in Japan October 8th, 2024. Exciting news. I'll probably at least check out an episode. I don't know if I'll keep watching it, but I'll check it out, you know. The official website for the MBS and TBS's Dramaism block announced the news August 29th. 20-year-old Nomura Kota is cast as Gojo Wakana. This is his first leading role in a terrestrial drama series. Anyways, I don't know.
I mean, it takes place on Earth.
I know, but like, what? Like, anyways, Crunchyroll, you email me. What's happening here? Anyways, 22-year-old Nagase Riko plays the main heroine, Kitagawa Marin. So they both gave quotes for their characters and like the story and stuff. So Nomura Kota said, in the original manga, there is Marin who is innocent and cheerful and has her own core, and Wakana who is shy but serious, pure-hearted, and just tries his best. The pure and naive interaction between the two, who have different personalities but are both dedicated to what they love, was extremely cute, funny, and made my heart pound. I was also able to feel the importance of admitting that I like what I like. I would like to make the drama My Dress Up Darling a wonderful work for everyone, so I hope you will warmly watch over it. Nagase Riko said, when I first read the original manga, I was impressed by the straightforwardness of Wakana and the charm of Marin. When I met with the director, he told me that he wanted to emphasize the distance between these two. I would like to carefully depict how these two people, who at first glance seem to be opposites but have some similarities, change through cosplay. Marin may look flashy on the outside, but I hope to enjoy playing her, a wonderful girl with a sensitive heart inside. Her cosplay, hair, makeup, and costume are very glamorous, so please look forward to the broadcast. I'm excited.
I just want to know if they'll be able to like nail like the live action cosplay stuff. Like how much are they gonna nail that?
And are they gonna do that one scene?
the hotel one? Yeah. That's immediately when what was it? When you were reading the quote and they're like pure and naive interactions. I was like, well, some things get a little less pure sometimes. You know?
Sometimes
some things pop up, you know.
Yeah, I mean, from first glance, like of them, like kind of dressed as their characters, it looks good. Like I think that they look like they're good for the role. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, but
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Season 2 was announced forever ago. Where is it? What are we doing?
Kyle asking the real questions here. Where is season 2? Okay, we got. Are you ready for the last one?
I'm ready.
Okay, so you guys, before we get into the last story, this is actually a really heavy topic. And so I did I know this is a bit unusual, but I did want to give a trigger warning for some serious homophobia. If you are not in a place to hear that, please, this is your warning to turn the
But not
podcast off.
I do want to preface, it's not coming from Bree.
It's not
Bree's
coming from me.
reading the story.
Mhm.
The way you worded that made it sound like you were gonna go on some rant or something.
I am going
And
to
I was
go on a
like,
rant, but against homophobia instead of for homophobia.
it just sounded funny, that's all.
Thank you for clarifying. Yes. So it is a trigger warning for you just because I personally was not like fully triggered, but tiny bit upset when I was reading this. More than a tiny bit. Anyways. Okay. Last warning.
Go for it.
Okay.
Let him have it.
So Sasaki and Miyano has been banned from a school district in Florida because, quote, sexual orientation should not be encouraged, suggested, or implanted in our youth, end quote. This was handwritten in the document as to why it should be banned. This is, just to give you guys context, this is they are reviewing the book for a library in middle school age. The reviewer went on to say /write, I do not believe there is any value in making homosexual books available at school. Sexual orientation should be expressed in the safety of an adolescent's home, end quote. They also suggested that this reading could even lead to struggles with porn or compulsive masturbation. They suggested that there would be better manga for middle school, such as Chainsaw Man or Seven Deadly Sins.
Just keep going.
Yep. The objector clearly believes that all homosexual relationships, including loving, non-explicit ones, such as the one depicted in Sasaki and Miyano, are inherently sexual and pornographic. Additionally, the chair of the Brevard County Public Schools expressed indignation that you had to read Sasaki and Miyano from right to left. In a video posted to X, a woman who appears to be the chair, Megan Wright, says, quote, I've read every one of these books. You start the book, you read it backwards. I mean, it literally, when you start a book, which we've been teaching our kids from day one, you start at the beginning and then you read from left to right from the top. Not that book, you don't. End quote. I have so many feelings about this.
Do you want me to go first so you can have the floor after, or do you want to go first?
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm going to take my cardigan off because I'm getting mad, so I'm getting hot.
Okay. One, you can tell these people have never read the series or know anything about it. They saw just that it was labeled like LGBT or boys love or whatever. Sasaki and Miyano is super wholesome. And there's a scene in it where, you know, he tells his mom that he likes a boy and she like takes a sec and then immediately like accepts it and is like super cool and cute and chill about it. And I think that would be very powerful and emotional for anyone, you know, youths reading that. I do think it's hilarious not in an actual funny way, but in a, this is some of the dumbest thing I've ever heard kind of way, that they suggest Chainsaw Man, a series where the main character's whole motivation is boobs.
And
He
to have
just
sex with this girl.
Yep. That's his whole motivation. But it's fine because that's a man and a woman. And then the Seven Deadly Sins.
The gore too.
Yeah. Oh, and there's so much gore. But then the Seven Deadly Sins, which is etchy, and then has blatant sexual harassment from the main character
Just
to the
straight up
female.
harassment.
But it's fine though because they're actually in love, so it's all good. He can harass her and do whatever he wants. But those would be more appropriate for middle school. And then, I mean, the second one is just so stupid. It's so, and the excessive porn masturbation thing is so stupid. This is some of the dumbest things I've ever heard. But the last part where they're like, we've been teaching our kids to read some way, and now we got to read backwards. The literacy rate in Florida is like 51%. You haven't been teaching your kids to read anything, let alone front to back. So I doubt you. I mean, I doubt you could even understand it. But also, who cares? Just read. Oh no, I have to flip a page a different way and read right to left. Oh God, this is an American. So stupid. I hate. Can we get rid of Florida? Like, for real.
I really want to get rid of Florida. I do have a question for you, just because I think that you have a unique perspective on this. So I do know that it's slightly different. However, I'm going to pose the question anyways. You are / have been previously a teacher. So as a teacher, like, I know that you were teaching younger kids, but if you were to start doing middle school, do you think that this is something that you would be concerned about, kids middle school age reading?
No. I mean, even when I would substitute teach in like middle school, like 6th grade and stuff, or we had like older kids in like the after school programs, I always took a hard stance that I was not there to parent them. I was not there to force what they should and shouldn't be reading onto them. Like, if it was like banned by the school, obviously I had to like follow rules or whatever. But like, if it's in the school library or if it's a book they brought from home that their parents said was acceptable or whatever, yeah, read it. I don't care. I've never once been like, oh, we need to censor what anyone's exposed to really in any way. I think that's not really the public's right. I think banning books goes like strictly against the First Amendment of the United States. And I'm a big believer in that, especially. I don't want things censored. You can disagree with it. That's fine. You can be like, hey, you can tell your kid, like, don't read this book or whatever. Give them the choice. But banning books is some like post-dystopian, like Fahrenheit, whatever that book was that we had to read in high school.
451.
Yeah. It's some nonsense like that. And I'm just like, this is not the future that I want to live in. My entire book collection would basically be seized, I think, if they impose these ridiculous, outlandish restrictions everywhere. But no, it's not. It's a library. It's supposed to be there for books, for learning, for exposure to different cultures, things you haven't been exposed to in learning. And whether they like it or not, different sexual orientation, preference, all that, whatever it is a part of the real world. And some kids, especially middle school, are probably struggling with that. Maybe don't ban the books just because you want to be a homophobe,
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing is, like, okay, so I think there's a couple things that really upset me about this. One of the things that I think just breaks my heart is that you, just by banning this book, doesn't mean that there's not gay kids in that school.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And I think that queer kids deserve to have literature that help them understand themselves. And I think that Sasaki and Miyano is one of those stories that, especially for a younger audience, like middle school and up, right? Like, I think that it's something that can definitely, like, help them come to terms with their sexuality if they need that. It's great representation in terms of like showing like a really cute relationship that works out. Like, I don't know. I think that representation matters. That's why people are so loud about it. And the fact that not only are they taking away the representation, but they are depicting this very wholesome story as like sexual and pornographic.
when it's
like,
not.
is so sick to me. And the fact that they suggested Chainsaw Man, who, if I was a parent, which I'm not, but if I was a parent, I would not let a middle schooler read either of those. Like, Chainsaw Man is, like, especially when you get, like, into, like, the later chapters of Chainsaw Man, like, it starts talking about, like, some really freaking heavy topics. Not to mention, like, the gore and, like, him just wanting to have sex the with his
Or at
boss.
least if you're a parent, like, you know, if I had a kid and they're like, hey, I want to read this, I'd be like, okay, but just know, like, the way the main character acts isn't appropriate. Like, it's done for comedy. It's kind of outdated now. And it's fiction, you know, don't act like these things.
Yeah. But the other thing is like, like, if your kid came to you with these two books and they were like, which one should I like, it's clear that Sasaki and Miyano is, like, way, 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 way more age appropriate.
I'd be like, do you
Right?
want a cute romance, or do you want
Kyle is like forever selling kids cute romance. Anyways, the other thing that really pissed me off about this is that they wrote that this could lead to struggles with porn or compulsive masturbation. What in the world?
I was gonna
Can you
say,
imagine your hand just getting away from you like that? You're like, oh no, what's happening?
If you have, like, that split brain, or where your one hand is just, no, it's like I forget the name of it, but there's a thing where your hand just moves on its own and does stuff.
Yeah, you read this book, it splits your brain. And all of a sudden you're like, what's happening? I can't stop. God, that, like, this whole thing pisses me off. It really, like, frustrates me that these people that are so radically undereducated can be so hateful, and they're the ones that are setting the rules. It really pisses me off because it's like, you clearly, like, the fact that they literally, they have the picture of the form. In the form, they filled out that they understood that this manga was not explicit, that there's no sex in this manga, but they still wrote all of this stuff about it. So again, going back to the thing that, like, this person that filled out the form clearly thinks that homosexual relationships are inherently sexual and pornographic, which is just not true. That's really gross, actually.
I just don't get how. So, like, I mean, they're not even being subtle about it, because the first line literally says, I don't believe there's any value in the homosexual books available at school. And then in the next line, they make the most ironic statement where they say sexual orientation should be expressed in the safety of adolescents' home. Yet I guarantee if you go into that library, well, no, I guarantee if you go into the library, though, at school or whatever, it's full of heterosexual stuff. It's full of everything that they actually want, because it's not about the book. It's just about their stupid agenda.
The thing is like, if we were pushing as, like, a whole society of, like, we're not going to push any orientation on anybody. Like, we're just erasing everything. You know what I mean? Like, we're not pushing, like, heterosexuality, homosexuality, any of it. It's all being, like, wiped. That's crazy, but, like, fine. At least it's equal.
I want to say, I think normal people don't push it because they accept the fact that it's an individual thing, and it's, you know, like, you don't get to decide for someone else what's right or wrong.
But that's also not true, right? Because heterosexuality is something that we see literally every day, right? We see examples of it in media and literature, like, in everything. Like, even just walking around the street, it's normal to see people of opposite gender holding hands, kissing, whatever it is.
Yeah, no.
So, not that it's being pushed on us, but heterosexuality is so incredibly normal to society that it is kind of like, even if you don't say anything at all to your kid, it is kind of pushed on them because of the way that our society is built.
Yes, I was mostly using, like, pushed in the context of where they're, like, pushing the books and like, literature that they want onto them, which
for sure.
I don't think, or at least I hope, normal people aren't out doing most of the time. I've never been like, oh, you can't, like, you shouldn't read this book. You have to read, oh, I don't even know. I was gonna say Of Mice and Men, but I actually like Of Mice and Men, so I'm not gonna downgrade that one. If it makes you feel any better, there are 6 publishers currently suing Florida for
That does make
infringement
me feel better.
on freedom of speech and expression and everything.
I still think we should get rid of Florida.
Oh yeah, I hate Florida.
I don't know how to explain to these people, and it's like the thing is like I think that one of my
Sorry if you live in
favorite
Florida.
influencers is Drew Afwalo, and like the way that she operates is like we don't like they don't does like we don't owe these uneducated and really horrific, like horrible, mean people. We don't owe them anything. We don't owe them to like try and explain or like even get them to understand. It's like we just need to save ourselves and let them drown on their own ship kind of thing. And I understand that and I agree with that. But like I just sometimes I wish that they would like understand that like if you literally if you were to, and this is like really extreme and horrific, but if you were to get rid of every single queer person that existed right now, right this second, there like and you got rid of all of the literature, any reference to queer people, you got rid of everything, there would still be queer people that were born and it would come back. Like I don't know what to tell you guys. Like it's homosexuality is just as natural as heterosexuality.
I just did a quick Google search. So this is a little old, but in 2021, in the U.S. alone, there was 13.9 million people that identified, and that you obviously would have to be comfortable identifying. So I imagine that number is actually much bigger,
Much higher. And there's also people that don't realize that they're queer because of compulsive heterosexuality.
But that is that is like a huge amount of people. I know it might not seem like it. That is a ridiculous amount of people. That if close to 14 million people just disappeared out of a country,
yeah, that would be crazy. But my point being that like you can't just get rid of this literature and hope that it stops happening, because that's not what's happening. What's happening is that people are born this way, and then through like the way that you guys that this expresses it to kids is like, this isn't okay, you can't be like this. And then that's why like we have like for queer people, like the suicide rates are so incredibly high. It's because of like all of this awful like hateful rhetoric that they're pushing, right? And it's like it's not okay to be who you are, you need to be this way, like, and they're not that way. And it really breaks my heart, because it's like as like an older queer person, like I can look back and like understand like all of this horrible stuff, and it just feels like I can't do anything. Like it feels like I can't do enough to help younger queer people.
Yeah. I mean, I can't relate to your frustration, but I do understand like why you're frustrated, because it is incredibly frustrating to have to deal with idiots like this out in the world, especially in 2024. Especially, I mean, you're a little bit younger, but like I thought we were all really just past this like nonsense of even arguing about accepting homosexuality or any of this, like over a decade ago. Like we made it legal. Like a lot of people were like, yeah, it's a big victory. And I just feel like in the last, I don't know, 8 years, there's been such like a huge regression of like hateful rhetoric. And I'm just like, why are we doing this?
Yeah. The fact that like there's a chance that like gay marriage might be overturned. Like, where are we? Like, what is going on? Like, I just feel so frustrated with a lot of this. And I think that like I think that this breaks my heart for young queer people, and I'm really mad about this. And yeah, I just can we just put all of the crazy people in Florida?
They're already there. I mean, most of them are already there.
Dude, okay, we legit at my work, like if a customer contacts us and they're like, oh, like they try and report some sort of like my dress is missing, whatever. Like we have customers that actually like their dress is missing, something happened, whatever. We do have policies to help them. But if the customer is in Florida, we genuinely take that into consideration. And I'm not messing with you.
Yeah.
Because like Florida people like scam.
That's fine.
They scam us all the freaking time.
I believe it.
Oh,
do you know how many scam calls I get from Florida in the South?
Oh my god.
It's absurd. Yeah, no. I don't even know. If I was one of these middle school kids and they banned these books, I'd be like, I wonder what's so bad. I need to read it now. I'd immediately Google it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And you know what? If you do listen to this and you are in Florida, Google it. Go read it. Go read it. See how dumb this is. See how stupid. Yeah, or go watch it. See how stupid these people sound when they talk about this stuff they don't know anything about.
But what's so funny is, can you hear that like the accent too? Like that Florida drawl that I do not believe there is any value. God. Oh, they make me mad. Okay.
Then I want you to go and show them Rule 34, and I want I want you to.
They're probably the ones that are writing these fan fictions.
Oh, you know,
this person probably read Sasaki and Miyano and was like, "I need to read all the fan fiction now."
I always like to just believe that like 99.9% of the people that like do nonsense like this, that spout hateful stuff like this, I'm like, you are only doing this because you are repressing how you feel inside. And I'm like, I fully believe this. And then I think it's hilarious that like I'm not gonna name the political party, but when they went to a certain state a few months ago, the grinder crashed because of all of them.
Because of the convention?
Yeah.
Wow. That's so crazy.
I know. It's
dude, it makes me sick. It makes me
sick. What
a
coincidence, you know? Oh, I hate these people. I'm glad I live in a state that doesn't do this nonsense. And that is pretty
it's so sad. I genuinely, if I were to move somewhere, I would have to consider where I'm moving because I'm a queer person.
I say we just break up the country, really.
Well, I think if we can filter some of the people out, just maybe take like some tests, make them, take some tests. And then we'll have 2 sections, right? So we'll save Florida.
They can't take the test. They don't know how to read.
We'll save Florida for all the really horrible people. And then we need to maybe we'll do like Texas or something where we put all the people that are currently acting horrible, but they're clearly gay. We'll put them somewhere else so that they're safe.
So not much is going to change about Texas, is what she's saying.
Oh, God. You guys... I don't have anything else to say, but I'm really heated up about this.
Guys, go read as much boy love and girl love as you can.
Dude, queer romance is the best romance. Speaking of, I bought a whole manga set because one of the articles I was reading today was like, oh, you should go read this story. And I was like, shut up. That looks so good. So I did. I ordered all 5 volumes. It's called Love Me for Who I Am. Clearly queer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've heard of that. I read, it got delivered. I wasn't expecting it, but volume 3 of I Married My Female Friend. And I'm just like, oh, you guys are so in love with each other. Just admit it already. Like, what are you doing?
Hell yeah. Queer stories are just better. Take it from Kyle and I. That's all we do. Let's read queer stories. Okay, well, let's shake off the negativity of people being horrible. We are going to move to our topic of the show. Hopefully I can cool down enough to put my cardigan back on.
You got a Spider-Man shirt at least, that's cool.
I do. And I was wearing my Spider-Man cardigan too.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was all one big thing at first until you
No,
took the
I'm just
cardigan off.
fashionable.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm just actually obsessed with Spider-Verse is actually what's happening. So what can you do? Topic of the show, which anime world would you want to live in? No,
Sword Art
caveat
Online.
on this. Caveat on this. Are we making this vote knowing we'd for sure have the magic? For example, fairy tale is a classic
Yes.
example people use that like not everybody has magic in fairy tale. So are we making this decision hoping that we have magic? Or are we saying we're making this decision knowing for sure you would be one of the chosen people?
I think you get to decide.
Okay.
If you just want to go live in that world and like kind of hang out, maybe be like a merchant or something, you can do that.
Okay. Fair. Okay. All right. What's your first pitch? Where are you wanting to live?
I wasn't joking. Sword Art Online.
You want to go to like the actual like sort of online world? Are you wanting to be part of the incident? Is what I'm asking.
I would love to be a part of the incident. Win-win situation for me, really.
Like if I die,
I either get to be in an MMO or I'm out of here. So win-win. I mean, but even just living in that version of like modern society where you can like literally send your like consciousness into virtual like worlds.
God, I want it so bad.
It's all I want. It's all I want. Really.
I want it so bad.
Billionaires, that's what you should be doing with your money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my first one. What do you got?
I do think that like even though it's like kind of like a classic example, I do think that I would want to live in the world, like fairy tale world. I can't remember the name of it right now.
I feel like all the towns get destroyed constantly and you're constantly in danger. Why would you want that?
That's why you live at the guild.
The guild that's been destroyed twice? Yeah. Sounds great. You're making a strong case.
I don't know. I just feel like it seems fun to be in a guild like that and go on adventures. And I really like the way that their magic works. Like they all have their own like unique thing.
Yeah, but plot twist. You have to be one of the cats.
I'm fine with that.
I knew you would be.
Yeah.
Hang out with Happy, hang out with Carla.
Yeah. And just end all of my sentences with yeah.
Even though that frog one's the best one.
Which one is that one?
I don't know. I don't remember. It's been so long.
I only remember the 3. There's Happy, and then there's Happy's girlfriend, and then the black cat. That's all I got.
No, and then the second gen demon, or the third gen demon.
You might be ahead of me.
I'm gonna finish the entire series, so
you're ahead of me then.
Yeah. All right. So fairy tale.
What's your second one? I'm horrified that my anime list is not updated.
Oh, also, you know what? I'm gonna expand on the Sword Art Online one. Not just Sword Art Online. It could also be Log Horizon or Dot Hexine. Both of those are acceptable as well.
I'm sorry. Oh, or Log. Okay, yeah.
Really anything where I get to escape this world,
Mm-hmm.
Where do I want to go next? I want to go to Academy City, which is for a certain magical index.
Yeah, I don't have enough context on that one, but
so Academy City is like 50 years advanced in the future, and they train their students to become espers, and they get like powers or whatever, and then they're like ranked on a scale from like 0 to 5 depending on how powerful you are, and there's only like 7 level 5s, but then there's also another side of like magic, which is really based off of like religion and everything, and they're super powerful. There's like gods and everything.
Okay.
Dope.
Okay. What would you do if my answer was like Fruits Basket?
Fruits Basket. I just want to watch.
Or like Haikyuu.
I just want to
My
watch
answer's
the
Haikyuu.
volleyball.
I'm like, I just want to live in Japan.
You just want to watch volleyball, Japanese high school volleyball.
Yeah. Okay. My next pick is going to be A Lull in the Sea.
Oh, what? What? Why?
Because I want to live under the water. That sounds so cool. Shio Shishio, I believe is what the city is called. And it seems like a really cool place to live. And especially if like you can get in and out of the water. I don't know. It just seems really pretty.
It is very pretty, I guess. Yeah, I can't dispute that. Very pretty.
Okay, that's my answer.
Let me just look. All right. No, I don't. I definitely don't. There's something that I definitely don't want.
Yeah, you're like, where do you not want to go? That's Attack on Titan.
Monogatari.
Nobody comes out.
Really, actually,
better.
any world where there's a bunch of like supernatural things happening all the time that are gonna kill you, potentially. No. I'll go to the world where free rent's hanging out. I don't even need to have powers. I will just literally just be like a town merchant or like the guild person or something. That's just what a lovely place.
Okay. My next pick is going to be Full Metal Alchemist. I think being an alchemist would be super cool.
It would be super cool. It'd be so cool to just change.
Like, can you imagine the satisfaction of like studying so hard and then being able to do like those transformation circles and stuff like that? I don't know. That's like just really cool to me.
It is. It's super cool.
That's my answer. In a world which studying really pays off.
My next one's going to be the world of angel beats.
Interesting. Okay. So you want to be dead. Nothing new here.
Because it's the afterlife. Nailed it. No.
Nothing new here.
No, that world sounds horrible. That was Mushoku Tensei. That sounds horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think like if you could do magic like more like Rudy, like I think I'd be happy.
Yeah, but Rudy's not. But then they'd be like, "You're not supposed to exist," and then I'd get a dragon god slamming his fist through my stomach.
Yeah, but like just because you live in that world doesn't mean like that you have to have beef with these people.
I don't know. I feel like bad things would happen. Train to the end of the world. I'll
live there. Okay.
There's a lot of fun stuff happening.
Which city you going to?
I mean, the one where they're all animals is cool.
That one feels like the most tame. It felt weird at the beginning, and now it's just like, oh, this is actually the normal place.
Well, I mean, definitely not the mushroom one.
Oh,
definitely
no, they're crazy.
Not that one. Maybe that one where they're all like acting out like that TV show. That one was okay. Yeah. Or the one where they're all small. Then you be like a giant. That one was cool.
Yeah.
So that's mine.
Okay, my next is going to be Digimon.
Oh, Digimon would be so. Can we just throw Pokemon on too? Because both of them.
Digimon and Pokemon are both great answers. Do you have a particular Digimon that you would be like, this is my Digimon?
Oh, I gotta look up the name.
I gotta look up the name for mine as well. I found it, Renamon. Please. It's
not loading.
I can't tell you how obsessed I was with Renamon as a kid. Makes me sick to my stomach. I want one so bad.
I'm still trying to find like the list. Just show me the picture. Those are like all the Gen 1 Digimon. I don't want a Gen 1 Digimon.
Some of the coolest Digimon are from the first generation, like Angemon.
I just like that there was Angelwoman, and then they would team up.
Yeah.
And that was super. That was always super cool.
Yep.
I liked the cat. The cat was Gatomon.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. I mean, that lame name though. Gatomon was pretty awesome. I think it was season 3. Oh,
The
what
one
was
I'd be okay with is Matt's
with
Gabumon.
Gabumon?
Yeah, I'd be okay with him. But I really Renamon is really like screaming, crying, throwing up. I would be so excited.
What? While I look up this Digimon, what Pokemon would you have?
Well, see, with Pokemon, you can pick more than one, right? You get like you can get a roster of Pokemon.
Yeah, but like everyone's got like their their go-to, their like starter, their
Eevee.
companion one. Oh, you're an Eevee person, okay?
I'm an Eevee girly. Yeah. I love Eevee. I also really love Vulpix. That's how I pick.
That's up.
That's how I pick Pokemon. Is just cute. I really love Butterfree. Who else? I mean, I think if I like had to like just flat out pick, that my problem is that I would really like to have a Pokemon like for my companion that's like one that you can like ride around. Google's rideable Pokemon. What's the Lapras is really cool too.
Lapras.
What would I want to pick? You know what? Forget everything I said. Snorlax.
Oh, Terriermon. Terriermon was the Digimon that I want. He's like the rabbit looking one with like the long ears and like the spike on his
What's
head.
his transformation? Doesn't he just turn into like a mecha? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean his base form, he's super cute. So
His base form is super cute. Isn't there another Pokemon that looks like him?
I mean, there's
That's
over
like
1,000
a
Pokemon.
girl, or not Pokemon, Digimon. Anyways, I think Snorlax would be great because then you could take naps with Snorlax. And then
So he
Eevee.
rolls over and crushes you.
It'd be like hanging out with Totoro, you know?
Who could also crush you and kill you. All right.
Totoro turns violent.
I mean,
what's your Pokemon pick?
Slowpoke.
Okay.
Slowbro.
Okay.
Slowking.
Okay.
Galarian Slowpoke. Galarian Slowbro. And Galarian Slowking.
Sure.
That is, which if you load up my Pokemon save file right now, is the team that I have that I always use.
What kind
I also have
Pokemon
I also
what is this? Sorry, I'm looking
I
at
also have Slowpoke, Slowbro, and Slowking tattooed on my leg. So
what's the special Ponyta? Because if I can have that. If we're having special editions.
Galarian Ponyta?
Yeah.
I'd also get a Sylveon.
That's why I started with an Eevee, so that I could get a Sylveon.
Sylveon's the best evolution. It's not even close.
Literally, what else do you need besides a Galarian Ponyta and a Sylveon?
Galarian Ponyta better than regular Ponyta.
Oh, for
sure.
Easily.
Not even close.
No question for you. How you feel about living in Madoka Magica world?
No, it's too horrifying. I looked at it and I said no.
That would be horrifying, wouldn't it? Tokyo Ghoul is a no for me. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? I think I'd be cool with traveling in those dungeons.
No, there's a lot of messed up stuff that happens there.
Yeah, that's true, but like I think I would be okay with it. Last one that I will pick is My Hero Academia.
Well, what if you're born as one of those
no
anthropomorph people?
Nope, I'm picking that I get cool powers.
Oh, so now they're not cool. Jeez.
Well, Tokoyami is cool.
No, they're lame. They're
But-
lame and they look dumb.
But what's like, I don't know. Like, there's some people that I'm like, all right, we're just being silly now. Also, sometimes I feel like for example, like the invisible girl, I can't even remember her name right now. Like, we don't even know what she looks like.
No idea. My last one, obviously, is going to be the world of Big Order. You know,
Oh my god. You're just gonna go around grabbing people's ears?
just the ribbons.
Oh.
These are mine.
Oh god.
That was a joke. That anime sucks.
Go and Ryan Nikki. Oh god.
No, that one's no death.
That's
game.
even worse.
No, I think Pokemon was my last one.
Okay.
Pokemon's the best one though.
Okay. What about Love Flops? Just out of curiosity.
Do I get to be the main character?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
But I'm gonna reject 4 out of 5 of them.
I'm so sorry to say this, but you don't have twin tails.
Why are you breaking up with me? You just don't have twin tails. So
What am I supposed to do with this? How am I supposed to work in these conditions? Stupid.
you either need twin tails or you need short hair. It's like one of those, you know?
Let's see.
Or white long hair. That's good too.
Yes. I do like white hair. Okay, well, I don't think I have anything else that I wanted to talk about. I don't have anybody to add to my simplest.
Me neither. Just want to do the rigmarole, get out of here.
Anime of the week for me is going to be Sasaki and Miyano. Go watch that because people suck. And also it's really good.
I had one before you said something. I don't know. That same one.
Okay. Thank you so much for taking time to hang out with us today. Special shout out to our current patrons. We have Alpaca Tom, Fabulous Breanna, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother, Lindsay, Nikolai at Night, Cypher Primus, Brendan Myers, Marcus O'Neill, Lillian, Mimi J, David Hotwright, Dave Harp, The Xbox Expansion Pass, Lee Navarro, Silicanet, Ellery Woods Parker III, Shelby, Chad, and Rick Davis. Thank you guys so much for your support of the reincarnation. We really appreciate you. Where can people find you?
Discord.
You can find me at Fabulous Breanna, FabulastBreanna. You can find us in the Discord. The link is always in the description. We do also have our Extra Life link is live. So if you do want to donate early, you absolutely can. We're going to be traveling. Well, I'm going to be traveling to New York. Same with Taylor, because we do not live in New York. These other people just get to show up.
It's still a good distance away.
I Googled it. It doesn't look like it's that far. I'm going to be honest.
I think anything longer than 5 minutes is a good distance.
So anyways, point being, if you want to donate to Extra Life early, you can. If you want to wait for the charity, that's fine as well. But just wanted to let you know about that. That will be coming up in early November. So if you guys want to watch a stream, Kyle and I will probably sit and talk about anime.
I'll probably be watching anime.
Yeah, you're like, forget all this. Okay, well, we will see you guys next week. Have a lovely week. Bye.
Bye.